Yo fellas, for this question the answer is D, and for this question answer is C, and for this question answer is B, and for this question answer is B, and for this question it's tomato and potato, and for 6 is stratification, for 7 this thing. And for 8th one it is B, and for 9th one it is C. Moving on to 10th, it is Lamarck. For 11th it is B, and for 12th it's ligaments. And moving on to assertion and reasoning, 13th one is A, 14th one is C, 15th one is C as well, 16th one is D. Humoral immune response is responsible for memory-based cells and lymphocytes, and it is regulated by bone marrow of the long bones. And moving on to B, the 2 types of antibodies found in humoral immune response are T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. In 18th one, the better option among these two is this, and the farmer uses the dormancy as an advantage because of an indestructible organic substance called pollen present in the exam of a pollen grain. The difference between P and castor is P is exalbuminous, castor is albuminous. It doesn't have persistent nucellus. It does have persistent nucellus. Moving on to 19th, first question. Such sequence is also called palindromic sequence, and it is also called recognition sequence. And the enzyme used is restriction endonuclease enzyme, and it recognizes the pattern by looking at this GAATTC, and it breaks the bond between GNA and GNA of the both DNA. And to the answer of this question, how do these enzymes function? It functions by breaking the DNA into fragments, and the process is regulated by PCR. Moving on to 20th question. For the case 1, it is the insect. Answer is insect. An example is grasshopper, and it is a male heterogamety. Moving on to case 2, it is female heterogamety. Example is a bird. To be specific, it's a hen. DNA is a better genetic material than RNA. That's the first difference. And the second difference is DNA is more stable than RNA due to the presence of thymine, and also due to the presence of, that's it. And the second one, the name 2 types of bond is, first it's glycosidic bond, and then it is phosphodiester. If you're taking one, then it's only phosphoester. Moving on to 20th, the pyramid given is the inverted pyramid, and it is seen in the aquatic life, and this kind of pyramid is possible in aquatic life, where a small amount of plants supports a large amount of organisms that feed on these plants. The 2 limitations of ecological pyramid is, first of all, the ecological pyramid doesn't exist because in a nature there is no simple food chain. And second, moving on to the second point, it does not take account of detrivores, or let's say the organism that biodegrades. Since you know the answer of 21st A, you don't need 21st B. Moving on to section C, 22nd. Answer is false, because if you take the example of Solanaceae, Rosaceae and Leguminaceae, they have the viability of 6 months, while if you take of Poaceae, then they have viability of only 30 minutes. They store it in the cold temperature in order to increase the viability period. That's it. That's more than enough for the half mark question. And for 23, what is the pedigree analysis? It is the analysis used to study the genetic history of a family. Its importance in human genetics is that it helps the earlier detection of the future generation progeny disease, and second is it'll be easy to predict the curative remedy for the progenies. And moving on to B, by looking at this diagram, we can say that it is autosomal recessive disease. An example for such is thalassemia. Moving on to 24th, Hardy-Weinberg principle, this expression was derived from the binomial equation P plus Q the whole square. By taking the Punnett square of the P, Q and PQ genotypes, we can get this, which will be equal to 1. And the factors that disturb genetic equilibrium is any two. It is gene drift, gene migration, natural selection, mutation, and gene flow. Drawing the neat diagram of megasporangium. I can't draw it right now, so I'll just tell you the 6th part. It is antipodals, nucellus, central bipolar nuclei, and synergids, filiform apparatus, and egg. These are the 6 points to remember. Moving on to 26th, you have to mention this. So the scientific name of the source from which opioid is extracted is Papaver somnifera, and it is extracted from the latex of the inflorescence, or just inflorescence. Moving on to B, how morphine and heroines are related. They're related because heroin is the acetylated product of morphine, and while morphine is a depressant, heroin is a depressant, morphine is a painkiller. Name the source responsible for controlled pest. The genus is Bacillus thuringiensis. And the effect that this causes is, in Bt gene, the Bt toxin is produced as a protoxin in bacteria. But when it enters the animals, the insects, due to their alkaline medium in the stomach, the protoxin gets activated, and that kills or it will depress the stomach of insect by forming perforations or pores. And this is developed because of the genetic modification as it is given in the paper. And moving on to next, 28th, we can see that it's not even moving, and if we stain it, then we'll be able to see. And they are showing that it's moving towards the cathode because DNA is positively, negatively. And moving on to B, the modification is the polarity is changed, and now the farther DNA is this, while the near is this one. This is reference the band appears at X because that is the reference point in the modified diagram of the previous diagram. Moving on to section D, that is the 29th question. A, the phenomena here given is, these two are the same question, so we can just say the answer. That is Gauss exclusive principle. And for the B, it is in the lake, a flamingo and the native fishes compete for the same larger amount of small fishes. And how to avoid these is by coexistence, as shown in the MacArthur's observation of the 5 species of warblers. That's the example. Moving on to 30th, it is the genotype of cross A can be both parent can be tall, or one parent can be complete tall and the other one is a short, basically dwarf. For second one, it is heterozygous tall. The genetic cross is monohybrid cross, and it is also called law of dominance. The type of cross performed in cross 3 is test cross. The conclusion is just state the law of dominance. Section E. Stages are after fertilization, the stages are of zygote, blastula, morula, and blastocyst. After that, blastocyst gives 2 layers of trophoblast and inner cell mass. Write about those. Conclude it. We'll skip this because that one is easy. The first one is Erwin Chargaff, based on the ratio of total number of purines per total number of pyrimidines is equals to 1. And second one is Murren and Wilkins, based on their X-ray diffraction. And the salient feature of double helix is they are of the same distance, and the hydrogen bond between them confers more stability, and even the helical structure is due to hydrogen bonding, and double helical structure is more stable than the linear structure. We'll skip the part B. Bio-fertilizers are the fertilizers that is not chemical fertilizer. The different types of bio-fertilizers are first bacteria, fungi, and cyanobacteria. Example of bacteria is first, which is in a symbiotic association, is Rhizobium. Free living is Azotobacter and Azospirillum. An example of fungi is Mycorrhiza, which is also an association, and that helps in phosphorus absorption. And cyanobacteria in the paddy field. Examples of cyanobacteria are Nostoc, Anabina, and Oscillatoria. And third one, advantages. It reduces the dependency over chemical fertilizers, and it increases the soil fertility. That's it.